Folks, this is Steve Margison, author of the book on Forex trading. I want to go through the SM Squeeze Indy part 3 now. So we've moved one day forward, so we're 23rd of November, Friday afternoon, about 5:30 GMT, Friday afternoon, 23rd of November. Now, let's have a look at the squeeze trades today. And we're on the Aussie dollar. Sorry, no we're not. Friday afternoon, see. We're on the US dollar Swiss franc, and you can see the squeeze here at 13.15, 1:15, and really it's just a break of that. There's the squeeze. It's just a break of that, isn't it? Well, you could have took the break of the 93.20, but it's been all the way down to 92.63, so that's a good run. Many pips there, and look at the squeeze here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a long, that's 11 bars. So you'd have been in it right down to here, 92.66. 40, 60 pips. Or you might have took some off. On a 5-minute chart, I tend to do 10, 15. In other words, take profit 1 is 10, take profit 2 is 15, and then I'll leave the rest to run. So that was the dollar chef, 15 minutes. Let's have a look at the dollar chef 5-minute. If you were trading the 5-minute chart, it's here, 1300. So that's just before the 15-minute on the same pair, but you've still got a squeeze within a squeeze, because this fires off at 13.15. The 5-minute fires off at 1300. So in 15 minutes, as this is approaching 93.20 here, you've got a squeeze within a squeeze, a 5-minute squeeze within a 15-minute squeeze. Those are the most powerful. And look, you can see you're going to get a pullback at some time, and it just pulled back to the double zeros, 93.00, and bounced as you would expect it to do. Good trades. Dollar chef. Let's have a look at the dollar CAD. Dollar CAD 15-minute. Started, you might have got in at 13.15. You'd have been okay. And then it goes back into a squeeze and comes back 14.30 as the US stock markets open. So if you're taking the break, you could be in around about 99.57, or if you want to wait for a break of the 99.50, the sweet spot, you could do that. Even if you took 99.48, again, in fact, this is live and this squeeze hasn't finished yet. With no orange bars, so that squeeze is still in play. And we're at what? 99.16? So it's a good 30 pips. That's a good squeeze. And you can see the SM cloud, both are red. The 15-minute and the 4-hour, both showing red. Excellent. Let's have a look at the 5-minute on the CAD. Well, you didn't get a squeeze on there to the downside. So you didn't have a squeeze and a squeeze with the CAD. But you did have the 15-minute. However, it did fire off long here, 1400. It fired off long. Why wouldn't I have gone long? Let me explain it to you. This would have been the bar to go long. Sorry, let's just get this correct. I want people to see I'm not showing you the best trades. That would have been the bar, as you can see, to go along. There's two reasons why I didn't go along there. First, the following bar has to exceed this bar by 2 or 3 pips. It has to break that bar for me to go along. Correct? So there's no trade anyway. But I wouldn't have gone long into the 99.80 sweet spot. Not when here. Let me just show you this. Not when here Let me just move that. Now in here and here, you've got 99.80 resistance. So I'm not going to trade this long squeeze into that resistance anyway. Even if that did have gone 3 pips above, I'd have waited for the break. This black line is yesterday's high. That's my key levels indicator, the SM key levels indicator, telling me that's yesterday's high. So I'm not going to trade into yesterday's high anyway, because often that's strong resistance. So that's why that wasn't taken. Okay? So that's why I say you've got to learn to trade. Go on my website, I'll teach you how to trade. You can't just blindly take squeezes. That long squeeze is negated, it didn't meet the rules, and you've got resistance above. Alright, moving on. Aussie dollar, 15 minute. We didn't get the squeeze on the 15. Well, you got a squeeze on the 15, but it was during Asia, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it would have been an absolute cracker. Now, can you see I mentioned my trend SMA, the SM trend? Look at how it acts as support, acts as support, acts as support. I often trade, this is a different system, I often trade the bounces off this. Here as well, here. But if you go to the 5 minute Aussie dollar, fantastic. 14.50, 14.50, you've got the long squeeze. And that's a great one because it's the break of 104.20. Everything's blue, 104.20. And that's been as high as 104.70. Potential 50 pips. Again, I tend to take 10, 15, let it run. Good trade. Now, somebody might say, yeah, Steve, but what about this short squeeze here? Why wouldn't you take that? You can probably answer it for yourselves, but let's answer it anyway. This was at 10:45 this morning, legitimate. Firstly, I don't have a blue here on the 5 minute cloud. I have a yellow, which means the price is still in the cloud. That's the first thing. Secondly, I have a blue here on the AO. I'd prefer it to be red. Thirdly, I wouldn't take a short here into this low. It'd have to break that first. This is what I mean about you can't do things blindly. Obey the rules and a bit of common sense, and this SM squeeze indicator is a tremendous indicator. Now, I've got it on my website at the moment. It's on offer for just £39, Great Britain pounds. I mean, it's a joke really, but that's the price I'm putting out at for now. Let's move on. Euro dollar. 15 minute squeeze at 13.15. Beauty. The SM Cloud 15 4 hour, both blue, and so you're going in on the break of 29.20, and of course it's been to 29.90, and look how many bars were turquoise, in other words the squeeze was valid for, right up to 29.70 at least. I mean, you know, you've at least got 50 pips on there. Similarly on the 5 minute, you could have taken it at 12 o'clock. Or at 1300. So again, squeeze within a squeeze. In 15 minutes, 3 bars. By the time that goes to 29.20, the same point as on the 15 minute, there, squeeze, your 5 minute squeeze is fired off. So you've got, again, on the euro dollar, a squeeze within a squeeze. Very strong, and as you can see, it powers away there. Now again, euro dollar, I want to show you my trend SMA. SM trend, bounces off it, bounces off it, bounces off it. We saw that on the Aussie dollar. This SM trend is different for each time frame. Right, pound dollar. Again, tremendous. Oh, look at this, tremendous. 1400. 1400, you can take the break of your 59.50. Alternatively, you could wait for that break, 59.65. But you might as well take the break at 59.50. There's still 10 pips to that high. And everything is in play for a tremendous trade. It's a great trade. It went to 60. It went to from 59.50 to 60.50. That's 100 pips. And look, that squeeze has only just finished. It went all the way to 160.50. 100 pips. Now, why didn't I take this one? No, that's yesterday. No, there's nothing else for us there. I can't see anything that would or wouldn't have taken. That's the first one. So that concludes part 3 of the SM Squeeze Indie. I'm going to be doing further videos, but I'm not calling part 1, 3, 4, whatever. Those first 3 videos were the introduction to the SM Squeeze Indie. Keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, Book and Forex Trading, and there's going to be loads and loads more videos on the SM Squeeze Indie. This indie works on all time frames. To conclude, I'm going to give you a taster now of something very special. This has not been done on MetaTrader 4 before. This is my SM Squeeze radar screen. The problem I had was I wanted to watch a lot of currency pairs, but I couldn't watch 100 charts and say, oh, there's a squeeze going there, there's a squeeze firing off there, there's a squeeze firing off on that one. It's just not practical. So, at great expense, I had a radar screen designed. I can put any one of 20-something currency pairs down here, including gold. Gold's on there. And it'll tell me when a squeeze is taking place. There's the red dots. And when a squeeze is fired off in green, and how many bars since the squeeze fired off. Obviously, if something's fired off 18 bars ago, I'm not interested in it because the average squeeze only lasts for 7 bars. And on the dollar card, we've got a squeeze that's been going for 9 bars on the 1 hour. That's 9 hours. So that could be, once that squeeze fires off on the US dollar card, we could be watching out for a good trade there. So whichever time frame I'm trading on, right up to the daily, I can find out if there's a squeeze in progress and the ones that have just fired off. And it will give me an alert. If I want an alert, it will give me an alert. Now, my next 2 or 3 videos, I'm going to be showing you the SM Squeeze radar screen, and then you can look at a glance. This table can be 20 currency pairs long, and see your favourite currency pairs and see if there's a squeeze on any of the time frames. Okay, this is Steve Margison, www.sm-forex.com. Thank you.